Hello everyone, Leslie Benfield here, and I would like to give you a few tips on how to create a great speech project. Now, the first thing you need for a great speech project is to understand your objective. Whether it's the traditional educational program from Toastmasters or the new Pathways, you need to understand, why am I doing this project? Or maybe it's a real world speech project, like you being invited to a wedding and now you have to inspire this young couple in terms of communication and leadership skills. So my project today, or my objective today, is to help you and give you some tips in terms of how to start writing your speech. But first, you have to understand the objective. The next step is called brainstorming. And in brainstorming, you want to think of at least 3 categories, and you want to work your ideas around those categories. So, for instance, I'm a cyclist. Now, if I'm giving a speech about cycling, my first topic may be, how did I get into cycling? And another category would be general information. So depending on my audience, I would want to give them some information so they could really understand what cycling is about. My third category would be something like health benefits of cycling. So that's brainstorming. I called write and rephrase. I like to write my speech out entirely, and then I would go through reading the speech and I would rephrase it in a way that flows easily on my tongue. So if I find any long sentences, I like to break them up. If there's any sentences that are difficult to pronounce, or any words that are difficult to pronounce, I like to change them up so that when I practice it, the words are coming easily off the tip of my tongue. That's it. The next step is called practice, practice, practice. By practicing your lines, that's what gives you the confidence to go out and knock them dead. That's it. Thank you. So the next section is called introduction and conclusion. In your conclusion, that's where you want to summarize all of the key salient points in your speech. In your conclusion, you want to leave your audience with something to take away, something they're going to remember you by. In your introduction, that's where you want to make a big splash. That's where you make a first impression. Maybe you can start with a question to grab the interest of the audience. Thank you. Okay guys, just to summarize my 5 steps to a great presentation. Number 1, you have to know the objectives. Number 2, brainstorming. Number 3, write it out. Number 4, practice, practice, practice. And number 5, your conclusion and your introduction. A lot of people don't even write an introduction because based on the room, who's in the room, and the time, they just improvise, and sometimes that works even better. So those are my 5 steps. Hope you find something that's useful to you and enjoy. So welcome back. Now, Brandon, I want you to help me out. What's the next step in writing this speech project?
Brainstorming.